Holy crap, guys. Big game, big game. This was a hell of a game. Hell of a game. I'm not sure how long you guys have been waiting for this video. Probably, since last night. I'm just gonna be honest and preface this video that I was actually at a concert last night. I went to see the Gorillas, one of my favorite '90s alternative rock bands. And they were playing. Not only were they playing during the time of this Patriots Chief game, but there was also Game 2 of the ALCS of the Boston Red Sox versus the Houston Astros, in which Boston pulled out a 7-5 victory. So it was like two amazing sports games for Boston, both victories. I wasn't able to watch. At one point when I was waiting for the concert to start, I actually had my iPhone and I pulled up a website and I was watching the Patriots game, and I actually caught two plays that shifted the momentum of New England's team of New England during the first half of the game. When I came back, I watched all of the highlights. Now, I know that doesn't paint a perfect picture of the game. I usually like to take down statistics, any players that have standout games for me. I like to note those as well, but from the highlights and things that I've seen going through each play, how each team got their points, I'm going to do this review for you guys. And since there were 83 points total scored in this game, the Patriots had 43, the Chiefs had 40. This game went exactly how I expected. I said, and I think I said this, correct me if I'm wrong, in my video that was last Friday, it was a while ago because the Patriots played a Thursday night game. So they had 10 days rested, prepared for this battle. I said that this would be an offensive onslaught, that both teams would be flinging the ball, very reminiscent of Super Bowl 52, where both Nick Foles and Tom Brady were just carving up the other team's defense. In this case, Patrick Mahomes, he had a consistent 5-game performance where he was a consistent gunslinger. Nick Foles just had a magic carpet postseason run. Again, we also had some defensive players who were out. But I'm not going to reminisce about Super Bowl 52. But this game kind of felt like Super Bowl 52, where there was an insane number of yards per team, and it really came down to who possessed the ball last. And that's exactly how Super Bowl 52 was. Whoever possessed the ball last would have won the game. Now, that goes to show you, because if it's Super Bowl, I know I'm going back to Super Bowl 52 here, but if it's Super Bowl 52, if Tom Brady hadn't got strip sacked with 2:12 on the clock left, it was a 5-point game. It was 38-35 Philly. They had tried to go for the 2-point conversion and failed. So Tom Brady would have needed a touchdown. He could have gone for a 2-point conversion to make it to be ahead by a field goal. So just in case they go down the field, a field goal will only tie it. But yeah, he could have done exactly what he did in this game, where he had limited. I think he had more time in this game. I think he had 3 minutes. And he burned that clock all the way down. Now, to be fair, at that point, the Chiefs didn't have any timeouts. So it was very easy for him to just use the 2-minute warning, get the yards. On 3rd and 1, he lobs a beautiful pass to Gronkowski. The Patriots were kind of playing mind games. And I really like when Josh McDaniels and the offensive scheming gets into this rhythm. They went, at some points, the Chiefs were putting 2 men on Gordon and Edelman. And so you dare leave Gronkowski wide open, man coverage, like you're just asking for trouble. I mean, the Chiefs tight end Hills, people were like, oh, who's the better tight end? I mean, there's a debate. Of course, people will try to dethrone the monster, the Gronk. Widely considered the best tight end in football, and leaving him open really sealed the game at that point, because he got to the 30-yard line. They were well in field goal range. They were actually at the goal line. So if Kansas City if Kansas City happened to be ahead by more than 3, Tom Brady had 3 timeouts. He was in their territory. So even if they didn't have to kick the field goal to win, I'm confident that they would have scored 7 or 8 if necessary on that drive. They were right there. They were at the goal line, and Brady just took a knee, stopped the clock with a timeout, and kicked the field goal. But anyway, I'm going forward in time here. Let's rewind the clock a bit and go back to the beginning of this game. And there is a mosquito that I just tried to murder. I think it's dead. I don't know. I'll look for it later. I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this vlog with a mosquito that just happened to fly into my room. Anyway, sorry if that was loud on the mic. Not sure, because I might have clapped my hands like right over where the mic is located, like right here where I'm pointing. Anyway. All right, so again, very reminiscent of Super Bowl 52. Both teams traded field goals. Both teams got into the red zone, and the defenses held, and they both had to kick field goals. Now, Gostowski had to kick some far field goals with this. I think it was like a 46. He was a consistent kicker during this game, because if he misses one or two of those kicks, we're talking about a very different ball game. Like I said, towards the end of that game, Brady would have had to have changed the game plan, because you're no longer going just for a chip shot field goal to win. Now you might need more points than that. At that point, the game was tied 40-40, so what do you do from there? Obviously, score a touchdown. Any way you can get points just to get ahead is the way you're going to win that game. But both teams traded field goals, and then, of all players, this was one of the plays that I did see live when I was watching the game mobile. Mahomes throws an interception to Dante Hightower, of all people, a linebacker, a notable captain of the Patriots defense. He throws an interception to Dante Hightower, and it's interesting because Hightower eases off the rush, like he pulls back, and he almost reads Mahomes' throw. Mahomes is trying to throw the cut route, and Hightower just snatches that thing right out of the air, deep in Kansas City territory, and then Brady just punches it in from there for an easy touchdown. So that put the Patriots ahead 10-3. And then every other time the Kansas City Chiefs got into the red zone, they were kicking field goals. Now, you might have been able to do that against Jacksonville, because Blake Bortles, is not, he has his moments, but he's not Tom Brady-esque where he can really get you into the end zone. Especially true of their game against the Cowboys last week, but that's neither here nor there. You really, obviously, especially when you're playing the Patriots in Foxborough at Gillette Stadium, their home stadium, you need to be hitting touchdowns if you're going to beat the Patriots. This is just something that other teams need to figure out at this point. And any team that has beaten the Patriots in Foxborough, the only one that's coming to mind right now is the Ravens. If you remember that Ravens squad that went to Super Bowl 47, they realized this because Patriots had home field advantage for that, and they learned to keep the Patriots from scoring, and then they took advantage of their scoring opportunities. So it was just field goal. I was nervous because I was like, oh, Mahomes he's gonna light us up. If the whole game he's just gonna be throwing bombs on us. And for the most part, I mean, again, this is where the Patriots lack in the third down conversions, letting them up all the time. Tyree Hill, just so many offensive weapons that Mahomes had. And it was like field goal. I think it was 3, 6, 9. They kicked 3 field goals in a row. I'm holding up 4 fingers, but 3 field goals in a row. And if any 1 or 2 of those were touchdowns, the game very well could have swung the other way, where the Chiefs were ahead by 1 or 2 scores, and it would have been impossible for the Patriots to even reach their score or tie it. Even with that last second, even though New England had the last possession of the game, if any of those field goals were touchdowns instead, you could be looking at a very different ball game right now. So that was critical. And New England, I believe, was ahead 24-9 at the half. I believe the Chiefs got the third quarter kickoff. And then, of course, Mahomes, they locked down at halftime. They locked down and got into the mindset. And Mahomes connected for the touchdown. And then I started sweating bullets when I was looking at the score because New England... I mean, think about this. It's significant that New England did not punt the ball once. every single possession they were coming away with points, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal. But after the half, they were going for field goals. It was 24, then it was 27, then it was 30. So they were getting points. You know, I'm glad that Gostowski was consistent, didn't miss anything. Again, like one miss could have really swung the game. So that's why hitting those extra points in field goals is critical. If you recall, in the Super Bowl last year, Gostowski missed an extra point and a field goal. So that's 4 points. You add that to the Patriots score at the end of the game, which was 33. So you're talking 37. So they're still down by more than a field goal in Super Bowl 52. So they still would have needed a Hail Mary touchdown. In that situation, a Hail Mary touchdown would have won the game for them. But they were never in a position where more points would have been scored to tie it. But again, I keep going into the past. I don't know, that Super Bowl 52 really pisses me off because there's so many different plays where I just, like, if they just did this one thing, or, you know, Brandon Cooks doesn't hurdle and actually gets the first down, or, you know, Brady, again, wasn't Brady's fault. Danny Amendola overthrew that ball, you know, the one that Brady didn't catch. So, just neither here nor there, I'm just saying. So, but anyway, the Chiefs started finding that magic carpet. I believe it was Skip Bayless that said that. Their magic carpet ride that they're on, where they were undefeated for 5 games. And they started finding the offensive rhythm. Now, really when the ball game got tight and when the Chiefs took the lead is when Brady had the fumble strip sack, which, you know, watching, like, I remember everyone on my phone was blowing me up. Like, why did Brady do that? That's so uncharacteristic. And he was in the pocket way too long. There wasn't even a pocket. He was in the pocket so long that the pocket eroded into the Atlantic Ocean, was devoured, and Brady was still standing there. Because, like, 3 guys were converging on him, and he just didn't, he was slipping and sliding, didn't have control of the ball. The ball comes out. Kansas City recovers. All up until that point, like, they were carving Kansas City's defense up like a fucking turkey on Thanksgiving. They were carving them up, yards after yards after yards. You know, Edelman into double coverage. Hogan had some really. There was like there was a pass interference call called on it, but it was like a 30-yard throw to Hogan. Again, there were a lot of playmakers. I was saying that Hogan really hasn't done much for this Patriots offense in these first couple of games, especially where he is one of their weapons that was needed with Edelman and Gordon not being in the offense for those first few games. But now that they have their offensive scheme, it's nice to see that because I guess he plays a certain position. You know, Hogan was where Edelman is now. So Hogan, I guess, was confused with how the offensive scheme was working, and that really screwed with him on play action. So he had a much better game today, which is fine. But, yeah, the game got tight. But the thing is, the Patriots were scoring on every possession. So I knew, when I saw that, when I noticed that they were scoring on every possession, I was like, oh my gosh, it's literally going to be whoever has the ball last. Literally, the person who has this football last is going to be the winner of this game. Now, 4th and 7, Kansas City. There's about 3 minutes left in this game. They go for it on 4th and 7. They turn it over on downs. I'm thinking the game's over. All right? I'm thinking the game's over. The Patriots are ahead by 4. Okay? They fail to convert on first down. Julian Edelman drops a catch. All right. Long field goal. Gostowski makes it. They're up by 7, okay? Now there's 3 minutes on the clock. Now the Chiefs never in their minds thought that the game plan should be to run out this clock, because if you give Brady too much time, he will make you pay for it. This man does not stop playing football until the clock says 0-0-0. I don't know if Bill Belichick did this on purpose. Again, I know he's played mind games before, like that Super Bowl against Seattle, where he got them to pass instead of handing it to Lynch. I don't know if this was intentional, but Mahomes throws a 75-yard pass to Tyree Hill. Hill is off to the races, and he immediately scores. Now, Brady Belichick looks kind of pissed, and he actually did say in the post game that the defense was playing terrible, and everything needed to be improved. I mean, the typical answer from Belichick, everything's got to be improved. But yeah, no, dude, you gave up 40 points. Obviously, I wasn't that surprised given all of the points and yards you've allowed with the teams that we've seen thus far. I was like, oh shit, duh. Of course, Kansas City are going to let up a whole bunch of points too. But Tom Brady had all the time in the world, and it was actually Colin Cowherd who said in his podcast this morning, he was looking at that final drive by the Patriots where they go in the huddle. They didn't take any of their timeouts until the last play of the game. When there was 5 seconds left on the clock, they call a timeout, and then Gostowski hits the game-winning field goal. Until that point, they had 3 timeouts. Kansas City had none, and they didn't take any of them. Brady, it was third and one, and he passes to Gronkowski. Doesn't try to use Sonny Michel, who was finding some lanes. Let me tell you, there were some plays where Sonny Michel was really shining. Shades of Deion Lewis 2017. I'm seeing this man, come to life, and I'm liking it. Obviously, James White, always a great running back, but Sonny Michel as that rookie, really great to see. I'm glad I didn't forget that. That was one thing. In terms of standout players from this game, I wanted to give Sonny Michel his due. But yeah, on 3rd and 1, he doesn't try a run play. He throws it to Gronkowski, totally confident. Not like, oh, we got this. We got this. And again, these are Cowherd's words, but I don't want to plagiarize him here. But he said it's like a pilot in a monsoon turbulence trying to land a plane with everyone panicking on the plane, freaking out, and he's just calm and collective, no shaky hands, and just lands that plane and saves everybody. Brady just masterfully, that last drive, and he said that should be a Hall of Fame last play drive, and it really should be because it looked effortless. It looked like he was just all right, run, pass, all right, timeout, and field goal, all right, game over. Like it just, and you see his face because, and he said this after the game. When a reporter asked, were you concerned when they tied it at 40? He's like, no, because they left way too much time on the clock for us to win it. Yeah, and I was thinking that to myself. I was like, yeah, seeing how they've destroyed this defense thus far, there's nothing that says they're not going to keep doing that. So, what an incredible game. I really wish I could have seen every single play. I saw maybe 90% of them from the highlights, depending how concise and conclusive or thorough. That would be the right word. Trying to find the right word. That was the right word. How thorough they were on NFL's YouTube videos that the highlight reel. They've been a bit more thorough. I mean, in the years past, ever since they've done them, sometimes they only include a few highlights, notable plays, big touchdowns or whatever. But they're adding more plays. Like they'll do a first down or second down incompletion. Sometimes they'll do the punt. So yeah, a great win. This was really an exhilarating game. Sunday night. I mean, what more can you ask for? The next Sunday night game against the Packers, that's going to be just as wild. Well, yes and no. The thing is, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is playing to the top of his ability. They're playing a Monday night game tonight, so we'll see. He's going to have... I'm trying to think. He's going to have a long break, isn't he? Almost like a week and a half break to prepare for the Patriots. That's going to be an interesting game. They haven't played in 4 years. The teams are going to be, in terms of their players, some of the talent's different. Some of Rodgers' receiving options are a bit different. The players, like Jordy Nelson, gone to other teams. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, exciting game. The Patriots will be playing the Chicago Bears on the road. I guess the Patriots are favorites by 3. Even though some people think they might struggle, I mean, you're going to have... That's Brady going up against Khalil Mack. That's the first thing that comes to mind because they they got that guy from the Raiders. So it's going to be how well is, this is another scenario. Like, you had Jacksonville's defense. And so this is another, how well can a superpowered defense do against Tom Brady? Superpowered offense, superpowered defense. So Khalil Mack versus Brady. I don't think the Bears quarterback is that great. Look, they lost in overtime to the Miami Dolphins this past week, who we had no problem lighting up. All right. So that's all I'm going to say. I think we have the Chicago Bears. I'm going to give it 30-10. That's going to be my prediction for a score. I think Brady, despite, maybe a little tough tough defense from the Bears, I think he'll prevail. Even though they're playing an away game, I still think Brady will do fine. He's good in the cold. Brady likes the cold. He's not good in the heat. I would bet that he might lose by a field goal or a touchdown in Miami. He lost by a touchdown to Miami last year, so I wouldn't doubt the same would happen. I don't know why he turns fucking heat, man. I mean, that Jacksonville game was like 100 degrees. I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe he's a New England guy. He's used to the seasons rotating. So that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching this video. For my Walking Dead fans, I'm going to put the Walking Dead vlog, I guess, tomorrow. Because one of these videos I can't have two videos going up in one night. So tonight will be the Patriots video, and then tomorrow I will review episode 2 of season 9 of The Walking Dead, which I actually watched today on Monday because of my concert, I had to play catch up with all my sports and all my shows. So I'm caught up to speed now, and I will be doing videos on all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Really exciting game. I hope we get that same level of play from the Packers game. That's like, so before Mahomes was doing so well and the Chiefs were really a threat and a contender, that like the Packers game was the one I was really looking to. But then it swung to the Chiefs because they could be our threat in the division. If the Jacksonville Jaguars fizzle out, it could really be the Patriots and the Chiefs in the divisional or the championship round, depending how all of that goes. So, but then again, we don't want. A lot of people are saying this. Like, people are like, "Oh, see you in the AFC Championship, New England." It's like, wait a sec, guys. You do realize the Chiefs were in the playoffs last year and they choked it away to the Titans. Like, no matter how good the Chiefs are, Andy Reid always finds some way of choking to the most baffling teams. Like, who the heck would have thought Marcus Mariota was going to just somehow make a comeback against the Chiefs? And because the Chiefs could have been a problem for us last year in the divisional, and the Titans were a terrible team, and we were easily able to beat them to get to the AFC Championship. So yeah. But anyway, I'll talk about all of that stuff later. 30-10 is my predictions for the Bears. Yeah, we'll see. Regular Sunday afternoon game, regular 1 p.m. game, should be exciting. The Bears are an NFC team that the Patriots don't play that often. They're playing 2 NFC North teams, Packers and the Bears. And the Vikings. Geez, they're playing 3 NFC North teams. That's crazy. Is Detroit NFC North too? I don't know. But yeah, they play the Vikings. I think the Vikings might be their next home game. That'll also be interesting. Kirk Cousins against Brady. That'll also be pretty cool. But I think Brady has that. I mean, if he was able to defeat Mahomes, like guys, this team is clicking. This team is clicking. And I'm so excited because the team is really coming together and forming, and just in time to face some really worthy opponents. So let's go, guys. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Belichick is pointing. He wants us to do our job, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So thank you for watching. I'm the Arid Lord. Peace out.